Hi guys, Paul here from PA Brew News. I need to go to bed. I'm kind of tired, kind of hungry, kind of everything. Do you ever just get where you're everything, but going to sleep and going to work is not one of the things you want to do? So that's it. Up all night drinking coffee. Made French onion soup for the lady. I made my very first apple pie. It was a 18th century cooking, John Townsend and Son apple pie, just a workman's pie, so it wasn't anything crazy. It was just for the farm workers. I think it came out okay. She said it, because it was one of those. I don't know. I've never made a pie before. I've never even actually. I don't even think I've ever had an apple pie in my life. I just don't do pies and pastries usually. So it was one of those. I didn't know what to do, so I got one of those boxes of pie crust that you just add milk or whatever to and make it. She said I should have added some butter and some things to it. Added some Madeira to try to give it some different flavors, but whatever. But I thought it was actually pretty good, but she said it wasn't sweet enough and stuff. So it was more like an apple tart almost, but it was supposed to be basically for farm hands, just a nice little pie. Here, eat this. And mine was a little bit more fancier than the one previous. So, I mean, I did something to it. Anyway, so just got back from delivering that over about an hour and 15 minutes that way, so big drive for me today. On the way back, since I needed to stop at Maloney's since it was about ready to open anyway, I just needed something. I didn't know what I wanted. And when I was there, I wanted a big bottle of something, you know what I mean? But I didn't even see, and the ducks are over there, and some guy with a loud truck just drove by the house. I didn't know what I wanted, if you know what I mean. You kind of go in some with no apprehension, you just want something. So nothing was tickling me. Nothing was tickling me. And then I remember there was something way down on the bottom. I said, "Fuck it, let's do it." Went down on the bottom, pulled it out. I mean, like, I'm not talking about the bottom shelf. I'm talking about under the bottom shelf, if you know what I'm saying. And this dusty little, and me and my little crusty musty dusty, this dusty 4-pack came out. This doesn't even have a fucking label on it. And that's fucking cherry. Let's see. It has the same bottling, so it's still the same cap. So the same. They didn't have a fucking label on that one. That's awesome. But let me pull out one with a label on it. This is. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm so sorry about this lighting. Believer. Actually, pretty clear right there. Believer triple Belgian style ale from Stouts Brewing Company, which I don't even think is in. I don't even know if they are, making beer anymore. But this was of course, this is probably not. He told me, he's like, this is probably not even my system. It's just that's because you got a new system and stuff like that. And they do a really good job about mixing up beers and getting old stock. And I did a really good job by buying most of his old beers, all the old European stuff. I've been just pulling as many as I could off. So. But they do really good stuff there. The guy's a real nice guy. Now this is this a twist off or is this a Poppy Pops? I'm not really sure. But this is Believer, and here is, it's almost kind of like an alien-esque, odd artwork to Believer. Let me see if I can do that. There you go. Kind of see that? Very interesting. So I got 4 of them for a reduced price. We'll just say that. And this was bottled, I saw the bottling one. 3/6/19 or 18? 19. So there you go. 3/6/19. Pretty good. Nice and dusty. I mean, technically it's 3 years old. But, whatever. Stouts. Like, who drinks stouts anymore? I mean, like, I don't know, not stouts. Stouts with a D. Like, I haven't even seen stouts on the shelves in years. But it was one of those ones that I definitely drank whenever I saw them growing up, into the beer thing. So a lot of stouts reviews on the channel. Stouts. There we go. Like I said, I don't even know if the brewery is open anymore. But a Belgian-style Tripel aged in wine barrels? Fuck! Yeah, we'll give it a go. I gotta find the ABV stuff. I'll pour it in the glass, let it breathe a little bit. It's got a little hiss on it. Got a little bobble coming up. That's what nice to see. I'm going to try not to disturb the yeast sediment too much, but I think I'm going to do that anyway, just no jokes. Because it just automatically started coming up. I'm just going to stop it right there. So there's some speckled hen. I don't know if you can really see it, but there is some speckling, dark speckling. Oh, that's a pretty good angle. There is some dark speckling down there that I can see that I do not want to upset. I don't know if it's good or bad or indifferent, but it's down there, and it's going to stay down there. So there you go. While that breathes for a second, let's see if we got some ABV for you. It's the reserve, so of course wine barrel aged. It's going to be a little bit more. I love aged in wine barrels, Pennsylvania, baby. Oh, I love it. PA Brew News. So there we go. Let's see if we can see anything on the. Oh, jeez. Aged in white wine barrels, this Belgian-inspired Tripel blends the flavors. I mean, spicy phenolics and fruity esters. That's be with the, normal yeast qualities. Subtle grape notes, that'd be fruit, and then soft fruit and oaky goodness for a taste experience that exemplifies the art of brewing. Wow, that sounds really good. So there we go. Well, now okay, then Adamstown. I've never been to Adamstown. Surprisingly, I've been to many places in the world, and especially in Pennsylvania. But Adamstown, I have not been. One thing I don't go to very often. And I do, but I really don't, is southeastern PA. I usually try to steer clear from that as much as possible. It's just something about them. It's just very populated, very busy, very, I try to stay out of the southeastern area as much as humanly possible. But I travel the fuck around the rest of it, I'll tell you that. Just last weekend, we did 700 miles in northwestern PA. 700 miles just driving around. It was awesome. I cannot find I'm listening to some Graveland right now. I cannot find an ABV for this beer. So I'm assuming it's probably around the 8.5 category. I'll just put it right in the Imperial category of 8.5. Most Tripels are around 7.5 to 9. And the barrel aging might have added a little bit. And the aging in the bottle might have added. So I'm just going to throw it right into the 7.5 to 9 category because that's usually where Tripels lie. So I'm up to the light little bit of parkalization there, haziness, some soft carbonation wafting through the glass, alcohol legs sticking for sure, little white head, more orangey hue up to the light, nice little honey hue. Cheers. Nice booze quality. Again, that vinous quality, that white grape vinous quality is definitely shooting through here. There is coriander, there is a little black pepper kind of tonality, a lot of yeasty tones wafting through this, breadiness right through, a little bit of lemongrass as well. Stinging nettle almost, because it's got a very floral background. This thing smells pretty good. I'm really excited to try Stouts beer, man. Like, I don't even know where to get stouts anymore. I haven't seen them. As far as my brain goes, I can't remember pinpointing a stouts beer, especially one like this for sure. Cheers. Like, I remember them doing like the Carnival Kolsch and stuff like that back in the day. This is an excellent wine barrel aged Tripel. Wow, a lot of lemon, bright, zesty lemon on the palate. Wow, hit me too. Wow, it's doing that. But wow, stouts, you fucking did a good job. Overly dry, overall dry. Earthy floral breadiness in the background. Those white wine esters just zipping through. A little bit of a kind of hedgerow grassiness, like a little bit of hedgerow leaf grassiness. And that lemon, pow, whiffing through. 2019 stouts. I'm just so flabbergasted that I just pulled this dusty little thing out from underneath the shelf and drinky beer. Very, it's just like that lemongrass quality, lemon drop almost, without the sweetness. But it's bready, it's floral, it's got a nice white wine characteristic to it still. It has a nice lacing, medium side of a medium body, a little oiliness of let things stick around. This is a well-made beer. This is a well-made beer. It's got like a little bit of that. It's nothing bad. Lemon, almost a hit of star fruit in there, a little bit of something like that, mixing with that green like grassiness and a little bit of hedgerow, because smelling that nice brightness from that wine. I think it's coming more from that, and then that beautiful spicy floralness from the yeast as well. That brightness kicking up. Still, I mean, you still have a little bit of that kind of that white pepper almost. You have those lemongrass qualities coming through this too. Hint of something that reminds me of a coriander, but not really. Very subtle, very subtle. It's more like white pepper, stinging nettles. It has that kind of that quality. Wow. So, we have the Believer Reserve. 2019 Believer Reserve from Stouts from Adamstown, Pennsylvania. It's got carbonation. Is great. Great beer. Wow. Now, the Cuvex, I can never remember how to say that. Cruex or whatever, from Allagash. Another, no, that's a bourbon. That's a bourbon barrel aged Chappelle. Okay, that's not a wine. That changes things. Yeah, I gave that one a 9. That's a really nice beer. The lemon, there is a sharp lemon quality that's a little off-putting because it's so vibrant in the palate. So it's just not another note that's blending and making everything very cohesive. It's pretty sharp and kind of mutes something in the back of the palate. So I'm going to drop it down to an 8.5, but I was going to give it a 9, but I think it's just 8.5 is fantastic score for this brewing company doing this style, and me finding it in this condition at this age. 8.5 is a fantastic score. So, this has been Paul Favorites. Cheers. Ooh. Watch that finger. Here it comes. Bye-bye.